Hey everyone, this is Arun Kumar. I'm a certified professional coder. In this video, we're gonna see about Modifier 5051. Modifier 50 is for bilateral procedure. Append Modifier 50 to a diagnostic, radiology, or surgical procedure code when the provider performs it on both sides of the body during the same operative session. There are some bilateral surgical indicator which gives an idea where to use and where not to use 50 modifiers. Those are 0 indicates unilateral code. The code itself is a unilateral code, so modifier 50 is not billable. 1 indicates modifier 50 can be appropriate. We can add modifier 50 when we see indicator 1. 2 indicates bilateral code. The CPT code itself is a bilateral code, so modifier 50 is not billable when the indicator is 2. 3 indicates primary radiology codes. Modifier 50 is not billable. 9 indicates that the concept does not apply for office visits. Incorrect usage of modifier 50. Do not use modifier 50 when the bilateral surgical indicator is 0239. We can only add 50 modifier when the indicator is 1. Do not use modifier 50 with the procedure code that is described as unilateral or bilateral in its CPT description. So whenever you check the CPT description, it shows like unilateral or bilateral. You have to check the bilateral surgical indicators very carefully. Do not submit modifier 50 on procedures for midline organs such as bladder, uterus, esophagus, and nasal septum. Example for midline organ is CPT 30905. Example for bilateral code description is CPT 32853. And how to use Medicare physician fee schedule to check bilateral indicators. You may get a doubt. We can check the bilateral indicator modifier, and we don't know where to check, right? So I'm going to walk you through how to check a bilateral indicator modifier in Medicare CMS website. So I'll walk you through with these two CPT codes. In Google, I'm going to type Medicare physician fee schedule. First thing is I got a cms.gov physician fee schedule CMS. Here I see physician fee schedule lookup tool. I'm going to click this. Here to start your search, you go to Medicare physician fee schedule lookup tool, right? Click this one. Here I'm going to click behind search. Here is 2022 type of information. I'm going to choose pricing information. CPT code I'm going to give is 30905, right? 30905. Modifiers, I'm going to give all modifiers, all MAC, search fees. Here you have two options, show default columns and show all columns. You have to click show all columns. Here in header, you have to check the indicator. Bilateral, right? Here you can see 2. 2 means it's a bilateral code. The code itself is a bilateral code, right? So modifier 50 is not billable. I'm going to walk you through again from the beginning. Medicare physician fee schedule. Click the first link, cms.gov. Under this, we have to click physician fee schedule lookup tool. Physician fee schedule lookup tool. Below that, we have to begin the search. Here, I'm going to give pricing information. Here I'm going to give the next CPT 32853, 32853. All modifiers, all max search fees. I'm going to click show all columns. I'm going to go all the right. Here I'm seeing bilateral surgery indicated 2. So this is a bilateral code, right? 32853. Or else you can check in AAPC login. When you have an AAPC login, you can check that. Okay. Most people have a doubt when they see a bilateral indicators 1. How many units we can bill when we see a bilateral indicator 1? The answer is 1. We can bill only 1 unit when we use 50 modifier for a CPT. Some payers may not accept modifier 50. They want us to submit 2 lines with LT and RT modifier. So it's payer specific. Be careful with the payers which allows 50 and which doesn't. The next modifier is modifier 51. It's multiple procedures. Append modifier 51 to the subsequent procedures. Example, second, third, fourth procedure. If the same provider performs multiple procedures for the same patient during the same encounter. For example, during the same encounter for a patient, the provider is performing 4 procedures. We have to give modifier 51 to the second, third, and fourth procedure. The first procedure should not have modifier 51, and the first procedure RVU value should be higher than the others. Be sure to report the most complex procedure first for the highest dollar value amount on the column, on the claim, without modifier 51. That's what I said. Bill second, third, fourth, and etc. procedures with modifier 51. So what happens when you add modifier 51? So for the second, third, and fourth procedures, when you add modifier 51, the insurance will not pay the 100% of the allowed amount. They actually pay lesser than the, from the primary procedure. It's called multiple payment reduction. They actually pay only the intraoperative, service for the second, third, and fourth procedures. For the first procedures, insurance will pay preoperative, intraoperative, and the postoperative services. Okay. Incorrect usage of modifier 51. Do not report modifier 51 with modifier 50. We cannot bill both 51 and 50 together for a particular CPT. Do not report modifier 51 with add-on codes. So add-on codes comes with the primary code. So when you look up the RVU value, I mean the allowed amount for the primary code and the add-on code value is lower than the primary procedure, right? So when you add a 51 modifier to the add-on code, it will again reduce the payment. So do not add 51 modifier with an add-on code. Do not report modifier 51 with codes that are modifier 51 exempt. For some CPT codes, modifier 51 is exempt. So be careful when you're gonna give 51 modifier. Always check the Appendix E of the CPT manual, which gives you modifier 51 exempt procedure codes. Do not report modifier 51 with the bilateral procedures. So for bilateral procedures, do not bill modifier 51. Do not report modifier 51 with E&M visits, physical medicine rehabilitation services, or with supplies. And I forgot to mention something in modifier 50. When we get a bilateral procedure, people think like when they add 50 modifiers, they're gonna get the payment in double. That's not how it works. Insurance pay only 150% of the allowed amount. They pay 100% for the left side and 50% for the right side. So this is how it works. And the remaining 50% is the multiple payment reduction. That's it. If you have any doubts, please contact me. Have a great day.